Hello everybody, thank you for joining me here. This is Michael Anfield, and I want to talk to you about what we are doing, the projects we have for 2024 and 2025. So these are the things that we are going to be doing, the infrastructure. Of course, there's a lot of other projects that we are doing at Peaceful and other projects, or a lot of other tasks that we'll be doing. We're doing right now, and also that we'll be doing for this year and next year. So these are the things that we are planning on doing or wanting to do, things that we actually have to get done, and the funding that is needed for these things. Now, we do make a little bit, but not enough to do this. So we need help here from our supporters. Okay, so the first thing that we need is electricity. We have a little bit electricity from a small solar panel, but this is just basically charging cell phones, tablets, these sorts of things. Yes, you can plug in one of those power stations, but it doesn't have an inverter, and you cannot plug in the electricity and charge blenders and juicers and all this kind of thing. Now, this is really important, the electricity, because we really want to get internet on the land, and the way to do this is with electricity. Now, the electricity will cost minimum, and this is all in US dollars, will cost between $2,000 and $2,500. Now, we're not getting electricity from the government, so this is a good thing. We're anarchists. We don't want electricity from the government. We don't know what sources of electricity we're going to be getting, but most likely through solar. Now, there's drawbacks with solar. Many people will say it's still part of the system. You're not anarchist if this is a whole different story. We don't have any other options because the river that's close to us, a few hundred meters basically, is way down below compared to our land that we're at right now, which is much higher. So it's not possible to do this kind of stuff. Anyways, electricity is going to be about $2,000 to $2,500. This is the minimum to get started, okay, which will let us have internet and electricity, some electricity. Then what we need to do is we need to reinforce our cabin base. This is our cabin that we're staying in right now, and this will be used for the future for guests or volunteers or people like that, to reinforce, because it wasn't done completely properly. And one guy that looked at it last time, worker, he said that it could probably last no more than 2 years, 1 to 2 years approximately. So this is risky, that we have. It's really very risky. This is going to cost probably about $500 or a little less. But this is very, very important because we have to do the work. We have to be in the cabin in order to do the work. To continue Peaceful Village. So this is reinforce the cabin base. We did recently the roof, so the roof was done already, and the roof will last probably at least 7 to 15 years, something like that. So that is very, very two important things. The third thing is we want to make some sort of fence or gate at the entrance of where we are now, that we call Tierra Libertad. It's basically a part of our whole land, but it's separated or divided by some rivers and the secondary road. So we want to make a fence or a gate, but it's going to take a lot more than just digging holes with a shovel and putting some wood there. Basically, we want to protect this area, and people, all sorts of trucks and everybody use it to turn around, but they have another kind of place they can turn around just 50 meters or 100 meters away. And they use, for some reason, hours, and then they destroy a lot of the plants. Last time they destroyed much of the plants, and when they were fixing the road, the gravel road, they were damaging everything, and they brought all the gravel and the sand and everything to our land. So they're ruining basically things. We have some plants there that we want to protect. We have some moretes, and we have going to be planting some other stuff there, and we have taro, and we have pinto peanuts, which is a kind of a ground cover like clover. So a lot of things. So we have that. Probably that will cost no more than $150 or $200 to get that done. In fact, probably much less, but because we may have to rent or find someone that has a machine, because it's all rock, unfortunately, so you cannot dig it with a normal shovel. So you need a machine basically with probably some kind of generator or something to get electricity. So yeah, that kind of thing. Very strong, solid, because we want to protect our land so that nobody destroys, the trees and the plants and all that. Right there at close to the road, so people will see, we're gonna have one huge sign, basically, that states that the land is private property and that we protect nature and animals, and so we don't eat them, we don't use them. There's no hunting or fishing or animal agriculture allowed or anything, because we had some incidences where people came to the river, for example, and they wanted to kill fish, like fishing, and we really don't like that animals are harmed. We want to protect animals to all costs. So basically we tell people, please don't, we respect animals, so please respect the animals, and here it's private property. So yeah, so we want to make two signs, basically. One big sign in the entrance there, where I told you we're going to make the kind of the gate. It's the entrance to Tierra Libertad. And then one on the other side, kind of inside where you go to the river, Rio Libertad. The river Rio Libertad is basically, the river there, and the people's, not many people use it. In fact, whenever we go there, we haven't seen anybody. We basically seen, I think, 3 people out of the whole time we've been here in many years. So not many people. But in any case, there was a few incidences where people wanted to hunt or kill animals. We respect animals. We don't want to do that here. We don't want other people to do that as well. These are our values. And so we want to put a sign kind of like not at the road, but a little bit inside, closer to the river there. So when people go there, they see, they read the sign, and they're usually pretty respectful. So when they see stuff like that, they kind of respect. So basically, we're gonna have 2 or 3 signs. What else we're gonna do? Yeah, we have a camping site. So right now, the facilities are our cabin and a camping site. They're very small, but what we want to do, because many people are asking for, how much is this going to cost, these signs? And yeah, the signs are probably, I don't know exactly how much, but it could be probably $50, $100, something like that, for big signs, big quality signs that are kind of rain proof or rain resistant. So let's see, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And going back to this, the camping site, not many people are coming because they're asking, for some reason, many people are asking for private rooms, like in a house or in a cabin or something like that. So what we have decided to do, or what we want to do, is basically convert the small camping site that we have into a small cabin. So there'll be we don't know yet exactly how it's going to happen and how many rooms and all this kind of thing. But basically, probably 3 small rooms, with one room being a small kitchenette for people to use, and like with the table and everything. So this could possibly, and also we're going to renovate the squatting toilet as well that we have below the cabin, below the camping site. So this could possibly cost no more than $1,000, approximately $1,000. Yeah. Then we want to, so this is basically the most important things that we want to get done. But there's 2 other things that we want to get done probably in 2025 or earlier if we get the funding and the workers for that. So the other thing we want to do is we want to create with some kind of topographer 2D and 3D map. So basically a drone. So get a drone video footage of our entire land, and to see the basically the side view and the top view of the land, so we can see various aspects of the land, so we will know exactly where we can put certain things, like where we can start planting trees, where we can put certain trees, where we can put certain buildings and facilities, these kinds of things, and where we can put people's community members plots, private homestead lots, which is a plot of land, their private land, private lot of land. So this is not going to cost more than $500, if that, probably $300. But let's see, it could be a little more or a little less. So that's something. And right here, it's not also something that we need to do, which is also very important. The last thing is building a carport. A carport is basically a garage, but without the doors on the sides. Sometimes there's no sides, so it's basically just if it's a very small structure, just 4 posts going up from the ground. Sometimes with the platform, or sometimes just the soil is used, and a roof basically. So this is something we want to do to have protection from the rain when we're waiting for the bus, for example, going to town for groceries, for example. So this is one thing. And also it's very good because that will be just behind where the fence or the gate will be. So that way they can't, no big truck can actually enter, because there's gonna be an actual very strong fence that they cannot even go through, basically. And secondly, because there's a roof, so they're gonna hit the roof basically. Because usually it's big trucks that back up in there, and they destroy the land. So yeah, that's something. So this carport is going to be beside or in between some plants that we have already planted there, and the sign is going to be there as well, and things like that. So this carport, I probably estimate no more than $1,500 for this. So this, yeah. So in total, possibly for this year, anyways, for 2024, possibly it could be $4,000 to $5,000 that we're expecting that we're needing actually to get this done. $4,000 to $5,000. Okay, and for this carport is going to be another $1,500. So basically $5,500 with the carport minimum. So $5,500, $5,500 minimum for doing all of this. So I'm not on video right now because it's it's nighttime now. So I just wanted to tell people the funding update that we need, And so we really would love people to support us. So if you really cannot make it here for whatever reason to see us, to support us as a guest, or for the healing program, or just to help us out as a volunteer, whatever donation you have, please go to the donation page. I'll post it down below this video in the description. But basically, there are several ways to donate. Now, if you absolutely somehow cannot donate through the links or the ways that we provide through the donate page, contact us and we'll figure another way out how to do it, if it's possible directly through bank or something like this. It's also possible, it's also could be possible, I should say, to donate somehow through crypto, but the point is we don't know yet how to convert that crypto, like Bitcoin for example, directly to bank, to receive that money through an ATM machine. So we're still kind of trying to figure this out. But if anybody has any kind of tip on how to do this, or they know how to do this, they actually to take it out, like a big sum of money, for example like 5,000 or something, let us know. We don't have much in Bitcoin, just a little bit, and we don't really use it so much, and we don't really rely on it. But if there's a way to get the money out, let us know. Yeah. So that could also be a possibility, but that's not a guarantee. I don't really know how to convert the money to another currency, to physical currency, fiat currency. So that's something to think about, either in cash or into an actual bank somehow. So these are the things. Just to recap: the electricity, the reinforcing our cabin base before it falls apart and we cannot even live in the cabin any longer. Strong fence or gate and an entrance. If it's a gate, it might be a little bit more expensive. But yeah, that is again just to. So basically, the electricity is for getting internet basically, and to that's the main purpose, to get internet so we can start to respond to people quicker and do things quicker, because in town often there's really no internet sometimes, and it's very frustrating sometimes to do things. So we really need internet here in the land, and we're going to try to figure out somehow how to do it through Ethernet cable instead of Wi-Fi. Reinforcing the base, make strong fence so no vehicles, no automobiles can go in and destroy the land. Then the entrances, the private property entrances. That's also promoting veganism too, because we say, for example, we respect animals and nature. We don't use animals for anything, for food or clothing or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to have a sign like that. And converting the small camping site into a cabin so that we can get more guests and more volunteers, because it seems that people are wanting, they're actually wanting to stay in some kind of rooms. They're going to be smaller rooms, just basically a bed and a place to put their luggages and stuff, their bags. But basically that, and then also the toilet area is going to be kind of renovated, and there's going to be also a kitchenette with some kitchenware and stuff like that. And then we're going to create the 2D and 3D map so we can start doing things on the other side as well, on the other side of the land. And then we want to build also the carport. The carport is the least important, but still is very important to make. The carport is important because we want to be out of the rain, and we want people to be able to park the cars comfortably there. So if they have some kind of pickup truck or something, they can park their cars there. And their car or motorcycles are out of the rain. So that is one thing. And also so that no big trucks can get in, because we really want to protect the land. And in fact, at some point we want to put a fence, a very strong heavy-duty fence, kind of around this land, this Tierra Libertad. At least Tierra Libertad at the moment, because this part of the land, what they want to do is they want to basically pave the road, and they want to destroy many meters beside the road to make a double lane road. And we really don't want that. This is good enough to pay the gravel road. So this is something that we are fighting, because, not fighting physically, but I mean we're trying to stop, because, and we actually stopped it so far, because right beside the road we have a small stream, and the small stream we're trying to protect. And when it rains hard, or a lot of rain, there's a big stream that goes into the river, and the government wants to pave that right over. And even if they don't pave, and they pave it just right where the stream starts, it's going to contaminate the water, contaminate the stream, contaminate many things, because the asphalt basically over time it still leaks a little by little into the rivers. So it's going to contaminate everything, the river and the nature and everything. So we really don't want that. And in fact, the government doesn't really care too much about nature. Even though here nature has rights, doesn't really mean anything. I read the Constitution and really not much. So these are the things that we want to do. We really appreciate any help or support that you can give. Even if you cannot support us, do whatever you can, please, to share this video far and wide to as many people as possible. Please, we want to really get this done. Once we get this done, then we have the potential to get the big community house built in Tierra Libertad, which will cost probably $10,000 to $12,000. So this is something that we really want to work at. This is something we really want to do. We're pushing, we're creating action, and we're making action. We're doing stuff here. We're not just sitting on our asses. We're doing things. So this is what we are doing here in Peaceful Village. This is the infrastructure for Peaceful Village. We're growing over 60 varieties of different fruits and different fruiting trees. So please do support us. We're doing as much as we can to create this amazing healing community, intentional community. We really need the support. So if anybody can help us, we would really appreciate it. And you know what? Even $1 or $5 monthly helps us tremendously to continue this project, to help us to continue doing this full time. We're here doing this full time. We're putting all our energy, all our minds and hearts and love into this beautiful, amazing community. And the community, intentional communities are what we need. This is important. This is very, very, very important. So I thank you for listening, for joining me here. This is Michael Anfield from Peaceful Village, Raw Vegan Healing Community. Thanks for being here again. Like this video, share it again, share it around with everybody who you think that can help us. Subscribe to the channel. Please click that little bell icon to get notifications. And what else? Go to our website, check it out. Come please visit us. We love to meet you in person. We love to see you. We love to interact with you. We love to hug you. And we love to talk to you. We love to have fun together. We love to go to the river together. We love to plant together. We love to weed out the grass together. We love to harvest food with you. We love to prepare food with you. So yeah, okay. That's enough for me. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. I love you.